greetings from VAC yet again, and thank you so much for sending in so much love and support that we are back on your request with our next video about the reading section of the IELTS test. Many of you have been telling us time and again to please cover the reading section and tips especially needed to score 9 bands because you have been struggling with it for quite long. So this video ensures that you get a very high score in your reading section while you practice with us today by strengthening your reading skills through this video and with the help of useful tips and strategies. Bingo, that's the word. This is what you've been looking for, tips and strategies. All right, so let's begin by telling you that this is the second test, this is the second task of your IELTS exam, because before reading you have already done listening, and after reading you're going to do writing, which is the third task. The duration of this task is 60 minutes, which is 1 hour with 40 questions divided in 3 sections. All right, so each section, according to me, you must devote only 20 minutes so as to successfully complete your exam in time. So you put a timer for 20 minutes and you must not devote more than 20 minutes per section. So there are 3 sections: section 1, section 2, section 3. all right, 20 minutes each, 60 minutes. You can take more or less, but you make sure that you cover within the time frame. That is why this is must. You are needed to write your answers on a separate sheet, unlike listening, in which you are given extra 10 minutes to write your answers. All right, here you will not be given any no extra time will be given to you. All right, so to transfer your answers, and you need to know that IELTS has 2 variants. One is general and another one is academic. Academic is quite different from general in terms of difficulty level. All right, let's see what that means. So IELTS academic is quite long, complex as compared to the general. Okay, reading for IELTS academic includes articles from newspaper, journals, scientific journals, research journals. So it's very deep, it's very intense. Whereas IELTS for general includes articles related from your everyday life, household, work, technology, vacations, all that stuff. All right, so that makes it a bit easier. Now let's get started by helping you improve your scores. Okay, if you've been scoring 20 to 25 on 40, then you really need to understand where you have been going wrong. So these tips are intended to help you understand what wrong we are doing, and let's fix that. Okay, so first of all, you need to know that there are different types of questions, all right, which come in a different strategy. So we are going to discuss those types after these tips. All right, and we're going to discover all of them in this video. So before we begin telling you about each question type, let's quickly go through the tips. Okay, so first is skim and scam the passage as and when you receive it. This means that you must go through the passage and take about just 1 or 2 minutes to really see what it contains. It does not mean that you understand it. No, just a plain reading is fine to identify what information is located in what paragraph, which will further help you in answering the questions. Okay, the second is the speed. Maintain a steady speed as you read, because you have only 20 minutes for one section. Okay, make sure you do not focus on, like I just said, do not focus on understanding the comprehension passage. Do not look for matching words. Do not look for synonyms or collocations. Just try to read the area where you think the information is. Just try to read that area twice before finalizing your answer. Try to always underline the good words. Okay, by practicing so much, you will understand, you will start gauging the fact that okay, this is a good word, or this looks like an important word, because it is being repeated again and again. So that makes it a keyword. Make sure you practice from the authentic Cambridge IELTS books. So you will see that there is a lot of material available online, offline, by a lot of writers, and from centuries people have been writing IELTS books, but you make sure that they are Cambridge authorized ones. All right, so because there is a lot of fake material available, so you make sure that it's Cambridge. Yes, that's a very wise choice, which I don't think a lot of people will be telling you. Next is to make sure that you understand the instructions. Very, very important. I have seen a lot of students telling me and giving me answers of they are writing answers like 2 days, for example, but the question says one word only, choose no more than one word and or a number, right? So if you're writing it's a 3 old men, for example, if you write this as your answer, then this is definitely is going to be wrong. Why? Because it said one word. You are writing 2 words. One word and or a number. Number is fine, but it has to accompany with one word. So I think I will leave this 3 men. Alright, I will take this depending on what the question is. This is fine now. One word and or a number. Another thing you really very, very crucial and is key, it's the key to IELTS reading, is time management. If you can ace this skill and answer all your questions within the time limit, bravo. All the questions, then you can focus on finding the right place where the answer is hidden. So time management is really important. If you can't find an answer, my dear students, then do not worry, do not wait. Move on. Okay, look for the answer of the next question. Alright, it is futile to keep doing one test again and again. So please, there are a lot of tests. We have IELTS Cambridge book 5, and the latest is 14, and each book contains 4 tests. Alright, so if you calculate this, you will see that you have enough material, you have ample material for your practice, and you really must not do one test again and again. I would say that pick up a new test and learn something new from them. Alright, let's get to the business. Let's now unsolve the mystery of answering all answers correct by knowing about each question type and learning to answer them. In this type of question, we first underline the keywords in the sentence, like in the question sentence, and we look for the same keywords in the passage. Okay? Clear? Now, did you know that you can write T, F and NG against true, false, not given? You don't need to write answers like this. Even if you just write T in capitals, yeah, you can still score the correct mark. Okay, so you can save time here. All we are focusing on is the fact that you can save time on something we are spending a lot of time, and we can focus on finding the correct answer. You will still get a full score. Now, understanding what exactly is true, false, not given mean. So if you find the same information, it's true. If you find the opposite, it's false. And if you're unable to find any part of the information, it is not given. This is theory. Alright, we are going to take a look at this thing with the help of an example. And this question is particularly I have taken from British Council website. Okay, so to understand that better, so this is your sample question. Now the question says, statement means it's the question statement. The rise and fall of sea levels affect how sea creatures behave. Alright? Okay? Now the text is, this can take many forms. Marine life, for example, is influenced by tidal patterns. Animals tend to be active or inactive depending on the position of the sun and the moon. Numerous creatures, humans included, are largely diurnal. This is likely to say that they come during the hours of the sunlight. So rise and the fall of sea levels affect? Yes, it clearly says that this can take many forms. Many, for example, is influenced by tidal patterns. So tidal patterns kya hote hain? What are tidal patterns? They rise, they fall, they rise, they fall, they rise, they fall. So it affects? Yes. True. If my question says, write yes, no, not given, then you have to write yes. And if my question says true, false and not given, then you write T. Alright? So you have to again see what does your question say. Okay? Now here I have found out, after doing a lot of research and study, I found out something really important for you. So here is an example to help you understand the use of paraphrasing. You know, what does the text say and what does the question say? Where you get confused, and this is what we call as trap. By using the different terminologies, they put you in a trap and you tend to get lost and confused and choose the wrong answer. Let's see how. First one. The text says seems to be more costly, but the question says tend to be exorbitant. So exorbitant means costly. So obviously if this is the terminology and if this is a question, then I will write true. Text says crimes are on increase, and your question says criminal activities are not reducing. Quite opposite actually. Yes, quite opposite means they are increasing. Okay? Text says, this was number 2, this is number 3. Text says people moved out from countryside to cities. And here the question says the population showed a reducing trend. People moved out from countryside to cities. That means reducing trend in rural areas and grew in urban areas. Grew in urban areas means people came to cities from rural areas. For example, this occurred in late 1700s. It happened in the 18th century. Yes, 1700s is 18th century. So remember, do not find yourself in a trap. In fact, that is why we are here, to help you come out of this trap and give the correct answer. Moving on, I'd like to now discuss, these are your types of questions apart from true, false, not given. So you have flowchart completion, table completion, diagram completion, sentence completion, which all are a part of fill in the blanks. Okay. Then you have MCQ, you have match the heading, match the paragraph, list the selection, choose a title, short answers in which you're asked to write one word or 2 words, not more than that. Alright, and the last is diagram labeling, which is also a part of fill in the blanks. I will use a short form here. I don't want to use long forms. And finally, in this video, I'll still like to focus on paragraph heading questions, in which so basically the same strategies as above can be used to provide the correct answer against each sentence of the question provided above. So all the strategies that we've discussed above are clearly going with all these question types as well. And I particularly would like to highlight paragraph heading questions here, in which you must focus on in the first, just the first or last two sentences instead of the whole paragraph. This will ensure a quicker way to find answers, and this will save your time. Yes, 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 we are talking about saving time. All right, so just the first, if this is your paragraph, all right, you're going to read the first line and try to go back to your headings and selecting the correct one. If you're not able to relate these two, then you read just the last line or the last two lines. You don't need to read the middle of the paragraph. All right, you will still be able to find your answers. Okay, this is the last section of our video. I hate to say goodbye, but I have to, because I want you to go back and practice. I want to thank you for watching this video to its entirety. Please do not forget to like and share the video, and subscribe too for the latest updates. Mention any comments please in the comment box. We want to come back after this video. The next video that we will be coming back is with how to write a letter or a report writing. I will come back with the sample answer, and I am going to correct that sample answer in front of you, written by a lot of my students. I'm going to pick the best and help you understand the right vocabulary, the wrong vocabulary, and looking forward to receive the same support. So I'm hoping we continue to be in touch for more videos, and please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, and all the best. Goodbye.